Hello, I'm Chris Newton. Let me ask you this. Would 7 relaxing weeks away from the frenetic pace of your practice sound like an unachievable dream to you right now? It certainly was for Mike Bassett of Montrose Veterinary Clinic. Let me share his story though. Mike was running a practice that was completely dependent upon him. If he went away, his business suffered. And he had his nose to the grindstone, and check this out, the guy has 5 children under 8 years of age. Every cent had to count for him and his wife, and they were under the pump. And you can understand why a 7-week holiday would certainly not be on their radar. But then something changed, and he achieved the unachievable. He attended an event that we were running, and he decided to invest in a program called the Ultimate Veterinary Practice Program to systemize his practice. His dream was to have a practice that wasn't so dependent on him. And he told us later that he was so scared about investing in the program, even after he had committed to it, he didn't tell his wife or his team for 6 weeks. But he bit the bullet anyway, and he decided to make it work. The result? Well, after just 6 months, he was able to take that 7 weeks of carefree, in his case, caravanning around Australia with the family. I can imagine Bedlam with 5 kids of that age in a caravan. But as you can guess, the thing that changed in his life was this. He implemented the Ultimate Veterinary Practice Program. To use his words, it gave him the confidence and the financial ability to go, knowing that his team would run things without him. And yes, things just kept pumping along nicely without him during those whole 7 weeks. In fact, the whole time he heard from his team just once. And so amazing was the experience, he and his family have already locked in their next 7-week escape. So here's the point. You know too that you should have your practice systemized like this. And we've certainly covered a lot of the elements of the system in our veterinary marketing in 2 minutes flat video series. But just hearing about the strategies doesn't make it happen, does it? Certainly not to the extent your practice can run profitably without you. There's just too much chaos to even think about it. But as I said, Mike bit the bullet and achieved it with his team in just 6 months. And next week, Sam Bowden and I are going to demonstrate this ultimate veterinary practice marketing system, and through real examples show how it enables your team to train each other in developing world's best practice client experiences, whether that's in person, on the telephone, or in writing. And how it enables you to achieve a standard of care protocol so every vet in the practice treats everything in front of them every time. Not surprisingly, Mike describes this process as pure gold. You'll see too how the system takes the stress and uncertainties out of managing your staff in a process where everyone has absolute clarity about where the practice is going and everyone is working towards a common goal. Plus, you'll see how it comes with a complete set of done-for-you, high-impact marketing programs for dentals, seniors, feline, lumps and bumps, every one a complete profit-building system in its own right. And you'll see it comes with a complete set of reminder and recall templates too that help you improve client compliance substantially. Now, that raises the question, is implementing a system like this really achievable in a frenetically busy practice, perhaps like yours? Well, in Mike's case, within those 6 months, here's what he achieved. His dentals grew from 4 or 5 a month to 20 to 25 a month. His team had completely taken over the talk about money task with clients, which meant no more discounting ever and higher profits than ever before. His team became zealots about educating clients and confidently recommending treatments, which sent revenues soaring. Mischarges? Well, in his practice, they became completely a thing of the past. And with new clients turning up on his doorstep every week out of the blue from referrals, the practice started growing faster than ever before. And suffice it to say, Mike's new profit performance had given him financial freedom that he could only have dreamt of previously. Now, the reason Sam and I are so excited to tell you about this is that Mike Bassett's success is not a unique case. Far from it. There are now hundreds of practice owners like him on that same path to enjoying a whole new lease on life and financial freedom using the ultimate veterinary practice system across Australia, New Zealand and now in the United Kingdom and the USA. Chances are you've already heard about the Ultimate Veterinary Practice Program before. We've certainly spoken about it, and it's been a growing presence for 2.5 years now in the profession. But to judge whether it could change your life as it changed Mike's life, you have to see it explained. So here's our invitation to you. Register for next Tuesday's information webinar, then decide for yourself whether this might be just what you need in your practice, and perhaps so that you can start planning your 7-week holiday escape too. So register for the webinar, and we'll see you next week.